Hello everyone, back again for Amiga Monday and obviously Amiga August. So hopefully you're enjoying all Amiga August so far, since we're about 4 days into it. You'll notice here that I have updated a few things. First of all, I did a I think I mentioned this on Discord or not. I think, yeah, I did. So first of all, I did a reformat of the work folder, the work drive, sorry. And the reason for it was because we keep getting that 00010000F strange issues. Now we're probably still going to get it on the system side, but it shouldn't get it on the work side as much now, because I've reformatted it under the PSF3 file system, and that's supposed to handle things a lot easier. The other thing I've done is I've fixed the CD drive, so that's why you can see an eject there now. I had to use IDE Fix 97. It didn't install fully, but it installed the drivers for things like a TAPI device, which is what this is. It's not SCSI. So as soon as that kicked in, it just worked, which was great. I've been waiting for that for a little bit now that I had to do a reformat, but I just couldn't remember what I did with it. The background here is the Guyver from the from the Amiga Format 15, so I'll see that later in its fuller glory. I need to resize it so you can see it properly, but you'll see that later. And a dock system. You can actually see I've put a Dopus on it now finally, and I've changed it so that it will auto hide, which is really nice because it means that I can actually see more of the desktop now, which is a lot easier. So let me just show off the CD drive so you can see that is working. So Amiga OS 3 was actually in there for ages. Let me put this back in. There you go. So that CD is there. And all I've got to do, drag it here. A bit like I had last time, but that was a program, I think from Amiga Format CD, that did a separate eject. But this is from IDE 97 and does the same thing really. But so that is CD back up and running. I will think about getting round to, I'm probably going to do the same with system, get that reformatted, and I will think about doing that soon. I'm not doing that right now, but at least we're partway done to getting this back to up running a bit more properly. So, that's that out the way. Let's get the Amiga Format CD15 in and start today's stream properly. We are, yep, the correct one. So the first thing you'll notice is cross fingers. I tried this last time and it seemed to work. We shouldn't get that error now once we're doing it, because we're doing it through, I think we're doing it through the work drive. Thank you there, Photon, for the happy affiliate anniversary text. So this should just jump to cross fingers. There we go. No error. Yeah, and that would be because the program's running from the work drive, which is the one with the faster file system, and that's what's making a difference. Oh, LOU. Right, where were we? Seriously, Amiga, I think. We've gone through those. I think we started looking at the archivers. Yeah. So let's look at the archivers. Oh yeah, that's right. Just go over there. Sit. Sit. Go on. That's right. Good girl. Don't move back. Oh, you come in like a bull in a china shop. Right. Amy, stuff it. I don't know if the readme file will get written. Read. No, it's fine. Drag and drop the archiver and unpacker. using Unpack Library. We've got Arc Extract. I think Arc is on Linux now, because I think that's what it uses on there. So I've seen that before. DZA. Certain compressor, I think. Is it DMA perhaps? Pack and Unpack using a GUI. Support Packers, LXZ, LHA, and DMS, that's the one I was thinking of. Must be in C. You can pack or unpack one file. There we go. So that's that one. We've got neck. Oh, we've only got history and order form. I think that's a catalog, isn't it? It's some sort of catalog thing. So we don't got much in the way of all in German. Lesson, is that read? Something about text? Or lesen, sorry, not lesson. I do like the speech bubbles, they're quite nice. Shell window. Open a new shell window. I can at least read that. Fenster was window. Offnet is open. And noise, is it noise? Yeah. Offnet I noise shell fenster. With no, something about, nope, don't know that. Disk formatting, configuration, yeah, okay. This is, I think, isn't it Disney? When I was watching DuckTales, that particular character would come up, and I think it's part of, is it Pete's gang, possibly? But that's where I'm recognising that graphic from. Unpack, pack, test and view. Okay, so I didn't see the test bit. But my German is very small, so we've got a movie-based one. Text in here is real bad. Polish, maybe? Yeah, not sure. That's the gang. Carl Banks forbid. Right, I thought it was. I'm guessing this might be Polish. Cool. No, I don't want this. No, go away. I shouldn't have opened it now. That's preferences, I'm assuming. Yeah. Cancel? think that's gotten rid of it. XPK, which I've heard of before. I think I did have something like that on here previously. I need to put that back on. That's supposedly a good archiver. Comms. A remote. Requirements. Amiga with free memory, Workbench version 204 or greater, internet connection, Amiga TCP or compatible, a marquee library. What does it do? A remote is a commodity that allows you to control multiple Amigas with one mouse and one keyboard. When activated, it will divert your mouse and keyboard input from the commodity stream out over a TCP connection and back into the commodity stream of another Amiga. Note that a remote does not let you see the other Amiga's screen. If it could, it would be X window. So unless you can work blind, you will need to have another Amiga's monitor within view. With people with more than one Amiga on their desk, this can still be useful as you can then operate all Amigas from your one console. Go ahead and sell all your mice and keyboards but one. Note that a remote requires a marquee library. Following should be in the archive. Sounds useful, apart from the fact that you don't know what's on either screen. What was next for a remote? Implement a save settings menu item. Make multiple simultaneous connections easier to use. Imagine controlling an array of 100 Amigas on 100 monitors from one keyboard. Mwahaha. Make a remote re-entrant. Integrate the Windows client so that your Amiga control your PC and vice versa. Interesting. Next step. The Essential UK Online Timer update features automatically senses online status with slip device, full login and separate log file analyzer, temporary secondary login to help keep track of calls despite crashes, configurable time bands and pricing system, log file analyzer includes VAT and discounts if applicable, doesn't use MUI, but only because I don't know how to yet, totally free and uncrumpled in any way. I still need to learn AREX because it sounds like an interesting thing to know. And again, Demon Internet, for those of you old enough to remember that. M-Finger. My first TCP IP client with a GUI, Movie Finger, turned out to be much more popular than I ever imagined. I personally thought it was pretty crap, but I didn't do anything about it until now. M-Finger is a complete rewrite of Movie Finger, only a few lines of code have survived. A good deal of code and ideas has been borrowed from my Weather Experience client. The major difference is the way networking is handled. In Weather Experience, I used a cumbersome way of making a socket I/O 99% asynchronous. M-Finger uses most subtasks, instead, which gives a cleaner design and 100% async operation. Requirements: Amiga OS 2 or higher, MUI 3.6 or higher with the N-list MCC custom class installed, a TCP IP tech like Miami Amiga TCP, etc. Speaking of which, I need to install the SSL one. Is it AMI SSL? Because that's going to be useful. CNET demo. CNET for Professional BBS demo, the long-awaited CNET for Professional BBS demo package. This demo contains no serial support whatsoever, but the software can be set up for local sysop use for checking browsing CNET's features. Provides you with free maintenance releases up until but not including CNET Amiga 5. So it's BBS software, I believe. From someone in Leamington, Ontario and Windsor, Ontario. I don't think there's any way of me... No, I'll have to install, which I can't do anyway. STFX. I think we've seen this before. All began almost a year ago when for the first time I needed to send a fax. Well, I said, I've got a fax modem, I can send it from home. Unfortunately, I had no fax software. The ones provided for the modem were just for MS-DOS and Windows as usual. This is sounding familiar. So I started looking around for fax programs for Amiga. There were only 2 commercial packages, but as I'm always out of money, I thought it was a good idea to look into the shareware before. I did, but with no luck. I just saw a couple of programs, one worse than the other. Thus I sat down and began to type. I tried to put in STFAX, all the functions I thought I would need, like nice handy user interface, phone book scheduler reports, air export, data type support for image conversion, online help, printer driver to redirect all printouts to a fax file, and so on. Yeah, I think I've seen this before. So it looks like a popular one they've put back in. Miami speed meter. After Holger Cruz decided to provide a callback hook interface for examining packets in his TCP IP stack Miami, I got the idea to program a linked CPS display. Some networking programs like web browsers and FTP clients showing the characters per second they get, but these show quite a few information restricted to the data throughput of only this program, and some display on the average CPS. So I programmed Miami Speed Meter, a program that displays the data throughput on a specified link, all of it including IP headers. It shows both current and average CPS divided into inbound and outbound streams in configurable intervals. We could have a look at this, but it means I'll have to take out the this CD thing. So let me copy it and remind me to have a look at it. We got Speak Freely 6.1b. Speak Freely for Unix. The phone company never gives you a break. Oh, I've put that up 3 times. You pay for a fortune for a leased line connection to the internet, and you still have to pay every time you want to chat with somebody, even though you're both sitting in front of workstations with a digital audio capability linked by a fast network. Speak Freely for Unix can intercommunicate with Speak Freely for Windows, available from my website listing at the end. Speak Freely for Unix can currently be built for the following systems, assuming they are equipped with suitable sound hardware: Sun OS 4.1, Silicon Graphics IRIX 5.3, Solaris 2.5, Spark and x86, FreeBSD and Linux. Speak Freely for Unix uses the workstation audio hardware and network to allow bidirectional conversations right over the network. Workstations on local audio networks can generally communicate with excellent audio quality and response. A software implementation developed by Jutta DeGenner and Karts and Bormann, Technische Universität Berlin, I think that says, of the compression algorithm used in the GSM digital cellular telephones allow operations over internet. That sounds like VoIP. Links of modest bandwidth. By using GSM compression in conjunction with sample interpolation, data rate can be reduced by about 9600 baud. Users with CPUs too slow or too heavily loaded to perform GSM compression and decompression real time may sound less compact but quicker to execute. PCM coding, using an implementation developed by Jack Jansen of the Center for Mathematics and Computer Science, Amsterdam, in the Netherlands. It talks about encryption stuff, which is interesting because this was 97, and we're bagging on about encryption nowadays. But it's good that they actually have one for silicon graphics as well. Not something you generally see in Amiga software. S-Mail. And this is beta version in big text, just so you know. This is the archive with Getty and AmiTCB binaries. No MUFS AXSH. Not sure what that is. So please don't select something else than Getty or AmiTCB version while using the installer script. If you need to use the other versions, please write special mail to me. That's kind of it, really. Just the version references. Yeah. Still, Smail program replaces Dillion's send mail to become UUCP mail transport mechanism. The Smail is based on Unix Smail version 2.5. It adapts some Unix function like get login name, get UID, etc. to the Amiga, and added some extensions like SMTP. So it tells you about the new features. Requires Kickstart at least 204. A Dillion UUCP or AUCP plus environment. So I'm guessing this is a mail program. And we've got online check. Telephone cost counter. This seems to be quite something. We've seen this at least 3 times, twice here, and another time on the previous CD. The program what is able to check your monthly telephone costs, and if your personally settled limit is overflown, your online programs like Encom and a term will not start. That's good, so it shuts it off, so you're not going to go over your limit. Interesting. And usually here is where you get to see old school websites, if I remember correctly. Could be wrong. Is it this one? Not sure. No, maybe it's not this one. Apologies. Let's Transworld. The server browser transfer animations, yes. I think it's the top right, the bit that, you know, in the Internet Explorer when you go to a website and it's got the thing that spins around. I think that's a transfer animation. So we got those. So you can basically pimp out your A web browser or the other two. What did they call it in Linux? Rising, I think it is. So that's something I could look into at some point. Don't know if we can see the animations though. No, it just is. That's interesting. This doesn't work properly if you want to hide it. Yeah, same thing. Alright, I'll make a mental note that we'll have to look at that at some point so we can see how that works. Check HTML. I'm guessing this might be a validator. Check HTML checks whether HTML document is conforming with HTML 3.2. Yep, it's a validator. Got a gallery for some reason. Oh, it's HTML gallery, so it generates the code for you, I'm guessing. Program is intended for nice looking HTML pages with small thumbnails of pictures. It creates a gallery where you can click through in order to see the pictures. Piece of software is written in a forthcoming C++ class library for the Amiga, which is easy to use and intuitive. If you're interested in the class library, feel free to contact me. Need Amiga version 39. I think that's version 3 onwards. Graphics con, which is included in the web browser. So it gives you some examples, but I don't think this actually works. Unless they've got Star Trek in here. I don't think they have. Someone's accidentally doubled that up. That's a previous version. Anyway, there we go. Grab URL. Freeware. Not responsible for any damage caused by the use or misuse of this archive when it contains, see documentation, contains 4 things. Grab HTTP can download files using HTTP protocol via the AREX. URL Manager keeps a list of URL via the AREX again. Scan HTML scans HTML files and creates a list of URLs. And grab AREX PRG using 3 first PRGs to grab lots of HTTP files. Okay. Works well on my system. You got an A4000, a Spitfire SCSI card. It should be fine. It's good that people back in those days was just like, well, I can't afford it, so I'm just going to write it myself. IB buttons. small package contains some graphics files for the use with eyebrows, which is well-known package for the Amiga. So that's I think that's a commercial web browser. You can still get it today, and I think it's still commercial. Graphics files which you can easily install to your eyebrows program. They're done with Lightwave 5, Artifact 1.5, and AD Pro. Okay. Eyebrows navigation buttons in NAT, is that? Or MAT? WB style? It's MAT. Okay, eyebrows navigation buttons. A picture and the results showing the certain buttons. That's nice. Let's have a look at that. So the little hands going that way, those are quite nice. You get to see an old school web page there. More transadding files. Unless it's a program that makes it. Voyager NG. Oh, this is specifically for Voyager. Okay, that's why we can't see it. VR WebS. Web page maker with visual demos of tags. WebS help in designing new web pages faster with online simulations. With tag functions, you can better visualize what HTML options do. It features a browser font requester so you can load the exact same fonts into WebS as your browser uses. This allows for better demonstration of various options. It's free, and let's have a look how this works. Nice little 3D looking mouse there. So we've got beginner mode. I thought that would change to different modes. The 3D mouse is a bit weird though, gotta be honest. When it goes over the text, it's not good. Especially when I want a quick look down. Tables there. Background. Oh, background image back in those days was, if I remember rightly, it was a in the body you could put background image equals. It was an attribute, if I remember rightly. Yeah, there you go, body background. So basically this will put that in the actual background bit. But nowadays what we do is we do CSS to do all that. Because they basically took most of that stuff out and put it in a CSS file. Does it have the font tag? Because I'm pretty sure that was a thing. paragraph, left, font size, that's nice, it tells you, it shows you the actual differences there. There you go. That's the font tag. Blinking text, we spoke about that last time. Yeah, I found this out recently. Typewriter style is still a thing. So you can actually do... Just select this. So this TT, if you tried this today, it still works, apparently. I think it still does. Question is, can I... Oh, hang on a minute. I don't think you can preview it. I think we have to go back to Amiga here. Double click that. I'm so used to double clicking things. There we go. And then I can just switch back. And that's where that arrow is coming in from. Because it should be like this. Where's the refresh? There's the one. Reload perhaps? There we go. That's better. Take that out. So yeah, you can see, so if I drop the font size to 5 now, and I take out the TT, there you go, that's without the typewriter stuff in there. But that looks generally okay, it looks quite comprehensive, so that's quite nice. And you get to see a bit of very old school HTML there. And I didn't mess up this time. Graphics. Animated. Ooh. We're gonna get to see some animated stuff, or we've got a player and we've got a guide. Oh, there, Denarian. Don't think they've got one. Oh, they do have an example. Alright, let's see if it runs.
Welcome to Animated. Welcome to Animated. Welcome to Animated.
Alright, that works. Fair enough. I'd need to put more fonts on my system though before I actually could run that. And that's a GUI. List of information about the movie. What? Trying to find out what this is. Doesn't say. Another thing made in Can-Do, version 3. I really don't know what this is. Something to do with editing it, but I don't know how. Okay. Probably something mentioned in the mag, but I don't know. ECC view. Player for ECC animations. That's another thing we need to put back on, which was main actor, so we can watch some animations. Play-Doh's kinky ECC animations, which can be sometimes found in Usenet groups like Albinary's Pictures of Erotica Anime in Cinema. We've heard about this before. I think this was on the last CD. Front Ray 3. Oh, it's a Povray. So Povray is a ray tracer, and I do remember it was basically you would kind of program in like circle and stuff like that, and you program in the light source, and it would render it, but it's more programming rather than like Blender. You would visually put it all in. So it's a ray tracer basically, and I'm glad actually Amiga's got one. I might play around with this. I've been meaning to try playing around with Povray for years. I just never actually got into it properly. But I don't know whether this will allow you to do the... or whether it's... I don't know whether it's visual or whether it allows you to actually write it. It would be good to see the writing of it. Graphics. Just double check I've not missed anything. Requirements. I've got those two. So, Amiga OS version 3 and greater, Amiga version 3, which I'm pretty sure I've got. Amiga with 68K and 1 meg of RAM. You might write the entire CD3 scene come on, as if you're programming. When you wrote these scenes, run pathway with the file scene as a parameter. I think they're still going. Oh, it's an interface to it. Right, okay, so you can't actually... Right, okay, that's my fault. So this is more of an interface rather than the actual thing itself. Would have been nice for that. Go script. It's the Amiga port of GoScript 4.03. GoScript is a PostScript interpreter with support for level 2, PS and PDF. This release includes the most popular printers and file formats, including an updated Amiga display driver. Okay. Imagine M. Magazine devoted to Imagine. Imagine's a 3D program. This magazine is written in .guide, comes with 3 objects and 3 pics. Sending any questions you have to me. From Australia. Let's see what the pics are. Okay. Quite nice. Okay, most of it's okay, but I'm not quite sure what's going on in the middle there. Maybe it's some sort of warp thing. Perhaps. But yeah, okay, fair enough. Here it's 70. It talks about GCC. No, here it's server host. Windows NT. Don't know what it is though. .3D solid modeler. This archive contains the entire source distribution of version 7 of the IRIT 3D solid modeler. Ready for compilation on several platforms including the Amiga. The IRIT package can create inputs for various 3D rendering programs, e.g. POV-Ray and RayShade. The archive contains several examples. Let me just double check on POV-Ray. I want to see if they've still got an Amiga version. If they're still, they should still be up. Yep, they're still up. All versions of POV-Ray. So they've got all versions all the way back till 1992. This will be 97, so version 3. Yep, they have an Amiga one. Ooh. I'll put this in chat as well. Let's see what the latest for the Amiga was. .1 was the last one in 2000. Earliest looks to be version 3. Right, I'll put this in chat. See if you've never seen POV-Ray before. There you go. And it is starting in 2.5 minutes. Right, so that's a 3D solid modeler. Meta view. Pixel, get off. What is it? Programs to view and convert WMF files, also embedded Windows CLP files, ANF files, DXF files, DR2D files, XFIG, WPG and GEM files, to Amiga Standard, and to some of those, including AI. I'm assuming that is going to be Adobe Illustrator, maybe. There's also a menu for opening CDR files. HPGL, is that the renderer for a... No, I'm thinking of HLGL. I was thinking of the shader for some reason. Doesn't really say much about that though. Oh, it does have examples. Ooh, fancy. So these are basically vector drawings, I think. And ads are starting in a few minutes, so I will back soon.
Let's get the hell out of here. Okay, I better wait here to help anyone else who comes by.
If I were a braver man, I would run for the surface. But I'm afraid if the world finds out what we were doing here, Gordon. But please, just don't make me come with you. Well, it does seem there is something to chaos theory after all, yes? I hear something.
Okay, why not? Didn't want to die alone anyway. Open fire! Okay, I'll secure this area.
This is my land. I was born here. When I was young, I trained here, learning the Bushido, the way of the warrior. But that was long ago. Now we live in an age of war. My neighbors are now my enemies, and my home is now my fortress. Here we stand, and if we should fall, our honor is still great. The training has finished. One day, it shall again be like it was when I was young. One day my country shall be reunited. This is our land, and it shall be stained with blood. The path to peace is a dangerous journey. But there shall be peace. Peace under my flag. A peace carved by my sword. One day, but not today.
What do you be wanting me for? Let's so stop 'em, to be sure.
This looks interesting. I'm ready.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
Hold it here. If you want. With honor. Eagle be my eyes.
Hello, welcome
Right, got about 20 minutes before we can do some demo scene and then we'll go on to degeneration. So this looks just like a, I'm guessing this is probably some sort of vector graphics style of viewer. It's another graph. Yeah, that's what it is really. That's fine. Moving on, my MPEG GUI. Build up your MPEG animations with a single mouse click. This tool will help you do it from within Real 3D version 3 and above by offering a nice GUI. It's freeware. You need Real 3D, MPEG encode, which is included. I need to put this library on. I've not got this library. I don't think an MPEG player. Not included. Okay. This is MPEG stuff. Stereo. Create amazing real 3D stereo. Create amazing real 3D stereo 3D images. Stereo P Junior is a creative art program for children and adults. It turns 3 normal if pictures into true stereoscopic 3D picture viewable through red-blue 3D glasses. The user makes the background, middle ground, and foreground of the picture in a paint program such as Deluxe Paint, or uses the supplied pictures and loads them into Stereo Junior. The processing is interesting to watch. It produces pictures with an immediate and absolutely amazing 3-dimensional effect that can be experienced by anyone with a normal vision. Really? Just process the pictures, put on your 3D glasses, wait about 20 seconds for your eyes to focus, and you will then see a stunningly 3D picture that you can put your hand inside. The pictures look like they're not even on the screen. Rated 96 and 93 in the Amiga Press. The program includes a stereoscopic interface, an illustrated on-disk user guide, and a simple stereoscopic game. Please note that Stereo Junior makes true stereoscopic pictures. It has nothing to do with Magic Eye pictures or random dot stereograms. So in order to get it, it's via F1 software. It's £3.99 plus 75 postage and packaging. Devon, Exeter. Let's have a look at this. Like the icon there. Alright, so it's going to have to be installed. Alright then, fine. You've convinced me. We'll have a look at this one later. Probably not today, but we will have a look at it at some point. Visage we've seen before. Convert Sony PlayStation 3D objects to LWO. This archive contains a program for converting Sony PlayStation TMD 3D objects to lightweight format. Oh, that's interesting. Simply find a TMD file on any PlayStation disk. Run TMD to LWO on a file with the following arguments. We'll take the file and write out to each of the objects. Oh, this is nice. Games I've had with TMD models: F111X Agile Warrior, Toshinden 2, Resident Evil, Twisted Metal, a bunch of discs from European, UK PSX magazines, US PSX demo discs, probably PSS underground discs. There are probably a lot more out there. I don't have a huge selection of games, CD JPEGs for some examples that I've found. Well, the only Resident Evil game I've got is Director's Cut. We do know that we have seen that they will read. Let's have a look at the images. Problem is I don't have Lightwave. That's definitely Toshinden. Yeah, this one's using a PC to Amiga program. I don't know what that game is from. Oh, that might be the F111X game that he said. Don't know where they got this from. Oh, unless some of the games have that model in them to show off what you're supposed to be pressing, maybe. Not bad. So this is this is the second PlayStation utility we found. CD or two ago, we found one whereby you could put the CD in the Amiga, and it would try and read stuff from the PlayStation, and that was an interesting one. So that's quite cool, actually. XNM, so this will probably be from Unix. Requires X11 server. Still doesn't have a sound support. It's still the only program for the Amiga that can play Intel video. That's interesting. So there you go, another program from the Unix section. Then we'll have a look at YP, and that's the two folders done. XL2K GUI. What is this for? List of movies again. I'm assuming by that they just mean list of video stuff. Can do. Probably version 3. Really don't know. There's no test list. Don't know what that is. YP, lasting. The YAFA anim player has resources that let your Amiga become a real multimedia machine. Play directly from a disc or preload complete animation. Can use all AGA screen modes. AGA chipset. That's the library. I need to install that one. Because that's compression, if I remember rightly. So there's a specific file format. Can be replacement of if and im. Okay. Right, that is graphics done. So these 3 we've done so far. So next time we'll be looking at this, probably these 2, and maybe CD-ROM. I know CD-ROM doesn't have much in it because I was actually looking in this folder to see if I could actually pull the CD out that I've been had in here for a few, well, at least a couple of months whilst I was sorting out the Amiga here. And obviously, because I'd not sorted out the CD, I just couldn't get around to getting it out again. But yeah, that's that done. Let's have a quick look at lots of stuff in the MISC folder. Nothing in the program patches folder, so we'll be fine. No point looking at the virus stuff, so we should be able to do this one and this one next week. Okay, fair enough. Right, let's have a look at PD things. Not looked at Dazzle yet, I don't think. Nope, didn't like that. Not a problem. Just do a reboot. Oh yeah, before I forget. The Ethernet card. See how this program works. Right. Miami. So if I just do as online. Check to see if we are online. Yep. What do you mean until Fine. So no, we can't read that then. Well, that was a waste of time. I think it's information. There we go, finally. Oh, apologies for that. I thought that would have been an interesting thing to look at, but apparently I need to register my stuff, so it's not allowing me to do it. At least I tried. We'll have to get back on the Amiga at some point once I've got the AMI SSL at least. Because I think that'll help me with the HTTPS side of things, because otherwise you can't really do much surfing in the web without that. There we go, so you can see it a bit more now. I need to resize it so it sits all in one place, I think. No! I need it off. Thank you. Demos. Nope. Parties. think we're on party 5. Let's do Corona.
Holy shit!
Last one. Right, apologies for that, it sometimes happens. Yaffa, the Yafan info, we were looking at that before actually on the previous CD, which is interesting. Pretty sure it was Yaffa. But yeah, sometimes that happens on the it's because it changes resolution. You would have seen it in the previous ones, but it wasn't as bad as this one. But it was on mine, it was changing from 591p to 313. And unfortunately, the OSSC on mine isn't, you know, overly a big fan of constantly changing resolutions, which isn't much you can do about. Can I finish this? No, I have to reboot. Oh. Cool. Right, so I'll get back to this next week. Some good demos on that. Quite happy with it. I think we went through some of these. Alright, before we start Degeneration, let me do a reboot. Clear out anything that the demos would have caused. Also got an ad start in about 3 minutes. What I can do is if I do a be right back now for about 6 minutes, and then as soon as we come back we'll finish, well, say finish off, we'll carry on with Degeneration. There's no point in me starting it now and then stop it in 3 minutes. So I'll be, yeah, we're back in about 3.5 minutes.
far away in the distant future, on an asteroid that was once the Earth. A young man comes face to face with the destiny of mankind. Embark on a fantastic adventure and experience for yourself one of the greatest epics of all time. You must make the difficult choices for 4 compelling characters, each confronted with a different set of soul-wrenching challenges in the eternal battle between heroes and gods. Discover 6 original universes, rich with sweeping landscapes, mysterious interiors, and intriguing technologies, accompanied by Richard Wagner's musical masterpiece. Fearless heroes, proud valkyries, and cunning dwarves await you, as together you walk a path of tyranny, greed, rebellion, and hope. Ring. The legend is in your hands.
This crime I have committed freely and have paid for with my own soul. But if you take the ring to your master, it will fly in the face of all you attend, of all that was and is and shall be. This ring belongs to me. I will curse it for paying this ring, and now in turn I curse it too. May it bring death to he who wears it. May all lust after it, and may he who wears it know nothing but pain and anxiety. May the master of the ring become a slave for all eternity. May he live in the unremitting grip of fear, and doomed to death, may he suffer of unfulfilled desires until I have in my hands again that which was taken from me.
Ring. The legend is in your hands.
Okay, I'm back. I think I did say 3 minutes, I meant 6, never mind. Anyway, so before we start Degeneration, I do want to quickly say about Deuteros. I'm not stopping the game, but there is something that has caused me to go, ah. So, as on that same Saturday, I was sorting the Amiga out. After I did that, I thought I'll do a bit more resource gathering with Deuteros off stream. And I was like, oh wait, I've not got a ship that basically goes and takes asteroids from the asteroid belt to one of the planets. I was like, right, okay, let's set that up. Problem is when you go to that screen where you can see all the ships in the middle, and on the left hand side you can see all the stations. It appears that you can only have that many. Like, it doesn't go anymore, because when I clicked to do a new, I think IOS, which is like interplanetary ship, it basically said you're full for this sector now, and I'm like, oh, okay, well that changes the plan a bit, because I can't really do my usual plan of make a battleship, send it over to a moon, have it protected while I build everything up. So I think the best course of plan now is I'm going to have to change tact a little bit. And I'm going to have to leave maybe one ship per planet is probably the better idea. I'll double check to see how many that is going to be. But that should mean that hopefully I can protect everything. And all I'm going to do is move the ship from the planet to the moon. Which shouldn't take too long. So cross fingers that's going to work. I'm not sure about the asteroid stuff. Maybe I should do one to one planet maybe. And just have the planet just take on the additional resources. I don't know. We'll have to see about that tomorrow maybe. But that's one thing that I did come across, which is going to camper things a little bit. Hopefully not too much. So that is update on Deuteros. But for now, I think this is 93. I think we're playing the AGA version. Thank you very much, Portal, I think it is. Yeah, Portal. Thank you for the message. What? Where did you come from? What the... That was unfair. Oh, I remember what I've got to do now. Okay, there's only one way for me to do this. Yeah, that's the only way to do it. Must have been something hiding around here then to turn that into... the, that's what I wanted. This is where I died lots. Hate these things. Should have known that was gonna happen. It's not getting the right angle, that's the problem. No, there's nothing here. So what the hell happened before when I got killed by that clone thing? That was bizarre. At least I got you. I need to time that a lot better. Got one grenade left, I don't really want to use it unless I need to. I think I'm stuck here. Unless I was meant to get that. Oh! Oh! Just timing. Oh my god, that was just a stroke of luck. I'm not gonna be able to do that again. No. Wow, you're dead. Those are constantly on. Unless... See no red eye there. No, I don't want to chance it. Gotta do that trick again. Can I use a grenade on this one? Yes, I can. Excellent. Right. Oh no, I'm stuck. Oh no. Believe it. Do love the fact that those random bolts can come in handy. Alright, how did we do it last time? It was something about bouncing it off me, or... That was stupid. Stood too close. Stood too close again. I ran too fast. And then I locked myself in. Hey, got it. Again, I don't remember how I did it. Oh, I know what to do there. I need to put a grenade through. That's what I'll sort that. There's two ways of doing it. Both involve a grenade, it's just which direction you're going to do it from. If you didn't have a grenade, I'm not quite sure how you'd do it. sure I stood on this. Where the freaking hell does that come from? I suppose it's random as to when they turn up. Shoot from the door. Try and remember that. So this one. It's supposed to be the Easter you're talking about. It's kind of a bit different with it being on isometric mode, but... See, that almost feels like it should hit. That... Shoot from here, there's no way it's gonna go. Because there's that. And there's that. Oh! Yes. Sorry, you're right. You're just getting the right angle. So, with this one, I think... Oh, I've got to time this correctly. Oh. I've got no grenades. Nope, can't do it. Oops. Killed the wrong person. And it's back to this again. Just check. Yeah, thought so. Oh, it's a shield. Why have I got a shield? I'm gonna have to look that up then. And I've stuffed myself. Right, let me just have a quick look at the manual about the shield. Shield protects you from everything. If a tracker hits you, the shield is destroyed, but you won't die. So that should mean that I can take a hit. Right, so I can't take a hit. I've got new grenades. Okay, save you. Oh, wait a minute. Hi, do you think I'm ugly? Did not want to press that button. Fuck's sake. Don't believe it. I'm gonna have to think of another way to get rid of the, is it the trackers? Right. Okay. That was a waste. Nope, that didn't help. That didn't help. What's the point of the shield if it doesn't work? Unless I've got to turn it on somewhere. To select an available weapon, press left and right to highlight, then press enter. That's the package. Okay. So I pressed U to get that. Unless I use a shield for... I've got two options, and I can either use a shield here, or I could use it for... Actually, let me just check. This time, do you think I'm ugly? No. No, really, tell me honestly, you don't think I'm fat? No, you aren't fat. Are you sure I look okay? I mean, when I look in the mirror, all I see is a huge pause. Okay, you're fat and ugly. I knew it, but thanks for being honest. Here, I have something that might help you out. I think it's one of the new biomagnetics, some sort of personal barrier. What's your name? River, wanna go out? I think we'd better get out of here. Oh sure, change the subject. No. Okay, fine, you never know what you're missing. Come on, let's get out. Okay, I'm getting a headache, can we eat soon? What's your name, River, wanna go out? I think we'd better get out of here. I'm locked. Okay, that's a bad lock. I don't know if that's intentional. Okay, that's a weird one. Can't even get out of this now. Oh, I can. Excellent. Just press escape. So, I've got two of them. Excellent. Right, so what I'm thinking... Yes. One bomb. Mistimed that completely. That's in 5 minutes. Right, so get a shield from the other person. So maybe... Wow. Come on, let's go. A rescuer? I know. Come on. Come on, this way. That was a waste. So I think there's a strategy there. I've just gotta... Don't mind sacrificing a life here. Because it means I keep my grenades. Oh, ad's starting soon. So, I don't know what the pause is. Right, okay, back in 3. Okay, gonna play this for a couple more times and I'm gonna call it stream. It's getting a bit late. But at least I've got an idea of how to get this done. Alright, there is no way I'm rescuing her. I did it once, but I can't do it again. I don't know why. Messed that up. Oh, wait. Yes. I knew it. I guess I never get a get date, but at least I'm rich. What's your name? River, wanna go out? Yes? Yeah, right, lied to me, abuse me. What's your name? River. Oh. Damn it, we didn't get the other. No other shield. Ah. Can we leave here now? Cool. What's your name? My name is Kosigin. What do you do? I'm responsible for much of the disaster you see around here. I must thank you for destroying my work. What's going on? I do not know. I have not seen such ugliness since the unfortunate tragedies in Georgia. I didn't say that. You do not remember? Yes, it was long ago, and even then many people did not know. The epidemic in the Georgian Republic was caused by men, a virus released by the old Soviet government. The media told it was a natural mutation of HIV. It was not natural. I've since found out that my current employer engineered this virus. Come on, let's go. Ooh. I said it killed then. Let's level exit. What does the bomb do? Blows up stuff. Wow. That is very, I've got one grenade. Could probably do it then. Nope. Take it, that was the bomb. Come on. Hello. I need to find a news link. Do you have any idea what's happening? Not really. Does anybody on the outside know what's going on in here? Several hours ago I heard explosions from upstairs and the alarm sounded. Then these neogens appeared. I must admit I'm not very surprised about all this. A few of us knew what Genok was up to, very few. Genok started out as a small family-run corporation producing strictly legal complex polymers and biomedicines, but in the last few years they've taken on a particularly antiquated corporate structure, very centralized control, very secretive. Sometimes employees would just disappear, total ruthlessness, much like the 20th century mafia or yakuza. All this made sense. Genok had run into a bit of a problem. Once you've cured most diseases in the world, medicine stops being profitable. So how can you make a real living these days? By engineering, weapons. No more death by natural causes. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention my name is Andre. Okay, go on. Of course, since the Russo-Kazakh War, the UN has banned the production of all biological and atomic weapons. This did little more than to drive up the price, making the whole business more profitable for those companies that survived. What most of the world perceives as Genok is a facade. They still sell biomedicines, but the bulk of their income is from arms sales. This is why there's so much secrecy. And if the UN found out, if the world public found out, they'll be through. Just wonder if anybody out there knows yet what I wouldn't give to read the New York Times right now. Do you think we could get out of here now? Okay. Oh, got it. 86. Ow, that is a horrible, horrible room. I'm not even sure if I could save here. I don't know. Sorry, love. Did not see you until the last minute. There's a computer there. Okay, that's interesting. I don't know what that was about. Maybe some sort of security protocol. Yes, I've got to be very quick at that point. That's what I've got to do. Okay, let's see if I can do that again. Who are you? What are you doing here? Delivering a package to the reader. To the reader? Wait, no way. You're a courier? You must be out of your skull coming up here. Must be really important, huh, for you to risk your life like this, that is. Yeah. Well, don't let me stop you, but you know, you might run into some pretty weird stuff. You might have noticed that nobody around here is totally normal, that everybody's kind of unbalanced. Well, there's a good chance that you might run into the king of the thrash brains, our very own CEO, the president of Genok. You see, our friend's mind has been skipping a few beats for the last couple of months. Real paranoid. Pointing pictures of himself up on the walls, thinks he's some kind of Middle East dictator or something. But now he's really snapped. Sent a message to everybody. We're under martial law. If I were you, I'd keep away from him. This guy's more dangerous than a pit bull in a kindergarten. Just a little helpful advice. Can we go now? Alright, which way should I go? Let's try up here. That's kind of weird. Helpful if I press this. Oh, quick off the mark, you've got to be there. Got a grenade, I'm not sure I want to use it. Ooh. Oh, nice. Whoa, no you don't. But you can stay there. Ooh, no. Do you know what the circle is there for?
For the fallen!
And I've got a raid from Geeks versus Geeks. Thank you for the message about the affiliate stuff. I need to do an affiliate celebration. I've not done one yet. It was actually on Sunday, and I just haven't had a chance to do anything. So thanks everyone for the raids, and thank you again to Geek for Geeks. Thank you Zennybutt for the follow. What were you doing? Dungeons, Cthulhu and Killer Chickens, exploring new retro game Roguecraft for Amiga. Oh, it's Nivrig's game, isn't it? Hello there, Amiga Cami. Yeah, so I'm Namco's. I do Amiga Mondays on Mondays, obviously. So I tend to do let me start it again. I tend to do on Amiga Mondays, I explore Amiga format CDs, so that goes through all stuff. I do a bit of demos soon, and then I do a long play. Currently, the long play was supposed to be due to us. That is an ongoing thing, but because a lot of it is me watching resources move about, that's a bit boring, so then I kind of bring that in on occasion. And I've also got another raid as well. And I also do this is the other current game I'm doing, which is Degeneration, and this is the longest I've done it at. I've never been to this part of the level before. Thank you to Dennis Bush for the followers. For the raid as well. Oh, sorry, Nivrig's game is Rogue Declan. Do apologise. Thank you for the follow there, Dennis. You were doing challenges. I need to do some of those tomorrow. I've only done one of the challenges. I've done Gods, and be interesting to see if anybody kind of beats that score. Tomorrow I think I'm going to do some of the jank games like Running Man. That'll be an interesting one. I should be able to do that fairly easily. I'm not sure about the other games though. Happy New Amiga August to you too. Again, thank you for the raid. Right, let me just see if I can... There we go. Just got the right angle. And that's such a bad... I'm just going to get myself killed. Hang on. There we go. Yeah, the last section took me ages to get through. And I've forgotten about this person. Ah, damn. Nope. Gotta go to the post-stream things. Have a great stream. Thank you very much for popping in. No problem if you needed to go and do stuffs. Thank you again for the raid. Oh. What am I supposed to be doing? Do not understand that whatsoever. I had it last time. So if I don't do anything, oh. So it's almost like they change colour to if I was stood on the correct colour that they were on, they couldn't see me. Or something like that. That's what it felt like. There we go, that's what I wanted. There's a freezer in here. Don't know whether it's worth getting or not. No, you don't. Right, I think we're gonna call it a stream. I've managed to get a bit further, which I'm happy with. Okay. And I have saved it because Control now, Alt now does that, so I'm happy with that. Do like the fact that this saves. Oh, there we go, got the right key. Okay, thank you everyone for popping in. Thank you for all the raids and the follows. I will be back. I'll be back tomorrow with more Amiga August. So currently I'm playing The Strangers CD. So The Strangers is like this kind of renegade kind of clone. And it's got some interesting things about it. It's just trying to work out what the moves are. So that's for tomorrow. We'll be looking at Deuteros as well, because I am kind of putting that in just to try and see if I can finish it. As I said before, I came across a snag, and the snag was basically I've exhausted all my slots for you get these ships called iOS, and it's like interplanetary, I think it is, and you're only allowed a certain amount of them, and I've got to the maximum. So I need to refigure out what the strategy is, and I think I will know what it is, but we'll have a look at that tomorrow. And we'll also do a bit of some of the challenges as well. I definitely want to do the Running Man challenge, and there was another one I wanted to do. I might do the Outrun one, because I know that's quite janky. We'll have to see how well that goes about. But yeah, that's for tomorrow. Then maybe on Thursday, if I get a chance, I don't know if I'm going to get a chance, I'll do a belated affiliate anniversary stream, and probably do some sort of I'll probably do some sort of Mr. stream if I'm going to do it. Just like any call, any suggestion really. That might be a good one. Then that's that. Friday back again for more Strangers CD and some more challenges if I can get to it. And then Sunday is the day that I do a break of everything for this month, and I'm doing Dungeons and Dragons Warriors of the Eternal Sun on the Mega Drive. It's a real hardware stream, and that is the box. We're actually doing quite well, because last stream, which was yesterday, I came across a black dragon. I was very surprised that my party, which were level 1, managed to kill it. We managed to get quite a bit of... Was it with the level 1 or with level 2? Oh, a couple of them were about level 2, to be honest. But they were very low level. So we killed it within quite a few easily done hits. And it managed to boost the XP of the characters quite quickly. So we managed to find a couple of those. And yeah, I basically stormed up the levels, so I think most of them are level 4 now, which is good. And then we went into one of the caverns, and it switches from, if you've never played it, it's overhead first, and you do get overhead battles. When you go into certain areas, it switches to like the Eye of the Beholder type thing. So that's what the cave bits are, and it feels a little bit more faster, rather than the overworld combat is kind of turn-based in a way, whereas the Eye of the Beholder is a bit quicker. So that's an interesting one if you've never played that one. That's Sundays. So yeah, that is this week in the rest of the week in a nutshell. Let's have a look to see who else we can raid. See who we've got. Have a look at the Amiga August. See if anybody in my follower stream is doing it. Nope. fact, better idea is if I go to the Amiga April Amiga Live. No, there's only two of us. There's Amiga Live and there's me. I don't think Amiga Live is doing anything. Just is waiting for a game to start. So, in that case, we will go and raid Dr. CDCS, who is doing Missing on a Lost Island. It's a 2000s game on a PC, although currently he's playing something else, I think. Oh, he's playing... So he's got these smaller games that this person made, and it's kind of... This particular one he's playing at the moment, it's kind of like Place Quest. Usually Dr. CDCS doesn't like backseating, but for this particular game, he's like, no, go for it. So anyway, let's go let's go raid Dr. CDCS. And yeah, until tomorrow, I will see you all later. Bye.